You guys got to hear this shit from Australia. I cannot believe what I just heard. I was trying to shut it off, and then I was like, wait, what?
Studies. We had Valentine's Day this week, and apparently for Gen Z women, or Gen Z, a man who identifies as a MAGA Republican is apparently a huge red flag, with 76% of those Gen Z ladies admitting they would absolutely not go near a guy with those politics. Now, how is this going to wind up affecting this generation getting together, reproducing, when you've also got Gen Z men trending more conservative? What's your take on all of this?
Well, the women are either going to have to adjust to people who don't share their politics, or they're going to be alone. And that's really the story here.
Why women? Why women? Wait a minute. This is the most disgusting conversation. The guy looks like a total pedo. Like, I would not let him near my kids. He's like, what about this reproducing thing? And then she's like, and the women are just going to have to put up with it. How about the men needing to change, or they're going to be alone? You know what I mean? Like, this is the craziest thing I heard. This is Australia. They're a bunch of rapists over there. Wait, Sky News Florida AU. Could this be any worse? It should have been Fox News Florida has got. Wait.
I think people's politics change when they get together with people. I would say that my husband is a recovering liberal, believe it or not. When we got together, he was way to my left. And now I would say in some ways he's to my right. Things change.
She abuses her husband at home probably now. He's like, I was this liberal and I believed in like freedom. And then he's like, I got with this like beast Karen, and she like literally whips me at home and like tells me what to do. That's actually the reality of this combo right here. Cause she's like, these women are just going to have to do all this. It's like but she's not saying she had to change for the liberal guy, right? She's saying my man who was liberal had to change for me. Okay. Me, Karen, the abuser mom. This is the mom that's going to abuse her sons, going to abuse everybody. Okay. It's just the oddest thing. Their conversation here all around is atrocious.
And the fact that these women can't see a future where they can be with somebody who doesn't share their politics is unfortunate for them. In that same story you link, Stephen Green tells a story of his Republican grandmother marrying his Democrat grandfather and politically converting him. So, ladies, you
yeah, now that this is just bizarre. But she started off the conversation. Women are just gonna have to change. That's where she started off. Women are just gonna have to change. I was like, you don't need to be with somebody that you're not like. But this is the old white supremacist ideology where they used to connect people together. It wasn't about love at all. They say their religion's about love, but actually the union between people had zero to do with love. None. It was about what the guy can bring to the family and support the daughter. And they'll learn to love that beast. That's basically her messaging in this at the end. But she's not even going by that, right? At the end of this conversation, you hear, who's the abuser? Her. She's like, yeah, you know, my liberal man, guess what he's turning into? He's turning into a piece of shit just like me. Be with people that you don't even relate to. Do it. Just do it. I'm totally grossed out by.
can change him.
Huge red flag, with 76% of those Gen Z ladies admitting they would absolutely not go near a guy with those politics. Now, how is this going to wind up?
Okay, but his argument here is almost like the whole entire world is MAGA. Okay, he's going, the whole entire world's MAGA, dude. Maybe 50% of it's MAGA. So that means that we have about 50% chance of not getting a MAGA. However, I found that a lot of these anti-MAGA guys are exactly like MAGA. But anyway, and I think that's where he's relating. Hold on.
Affecting this generation getting together, reproducing, when you've also.
Yeah, that's where his brain went. Yeah, getting together and reproducing. Yeah, white male supremacist talk, because we need more white people. It's a white guy. And that's exactly where his brain goes. How are we going to get together and reproduce? What? I mean, you want to have a total like killjoy right here for Valentine's Day, even though it passed. This guy, bring him into the topic, and he's like, how are you supposed to reproduce? Like, we're not even talking about that, and they don't want to get together with a MAGA that literally gets arrested for storming the Capitol, some extremist. Yeah, no. This guy relates to MAGA. He's like, well, what about me? But do you guys, okay, honest to God, tell me, you guys, your honest to God opinion. Does this guy actually seem like he would ever be with an adult woman?
So we got Gen Z men trending more conservative. What's your take on all of this?
No. See, my flag goes up right away on this dude. My flag, because of certain characteristics of that person. I was trying to find the case where they were dealing with in Queensland, that where they hid the victims because they tell the victims that they can't come out, which is bullshit. It was actually the opposite thing of them being protected, you know, like in cases where, you know, the victims want to be protected and not be outed because of the perpetrators. In this case, it was about their laws over there where they say the victims can't come out to protect the perpetrator. And I was seeing where the case is going right now. It's still going through the courts. And without even getting into the story, it's just they're accused of torture and assaults and everything else, like 80 counts of it on children, and including their own children, I believe. And I was thinking of it in lines of the sleepovers. I was like, maybe if you had her have a sleepover, dude, she would go after the kids at the sleepover. You just don't know, dude. I don't think she's the most common, as it is more common for the father. But yeah, there's been tons of cases of the mothers doing it, and in our family line, it's definitely zigzagging, I think, back and forth, where it's like the grandmother, and then it was probably like the father over there, and then it's probably doing that typical, you know, cycling back and forth with things. Yeah, but anyway.